Well, good evening, hockey fans. Welcome to tonight's EGHN broadcast. Just getting ready for the teams to head out on the ice, hence the mood lighting here as the Generals face off against the Tacoma Rockets for the first time in either team's history. Tacoma, of course, just up north, just outside of Seattle, and we have a former Tacoma Rocket on the Generals squad. Second-year forward Nathan Leach making his return, his first action since late September, as he's been sidelined for just over a month due to an upper body injury. Great to have Leach back and great to have you with us here on the broadcast. We'll get starting lineups and pregame introductions underway momentarily, but we'd love to hear from you in the meantime. Get in touch with us on Facebook or on Twitter, or if you have the YouTube chat up right now, that's the best way for me to see what you're thinking out there. So let us know where you're watching from, who you're watching with, and most importantly, who you're rooting for in tonight's Northwest Clash. The beginning of the first ever meeting between the Rockets and the Generals as the homestand wraps up. A two-game series about to get underway. Generals and Rockets coming up next on EGHN. All right, hockey fans, welcome into today's EGHN broadcast. Again, Alex Simpson along with you here on the Eugene Generals Hockey Network, bringing you all the action tonight live, free, and in HD. My man Alex also up on the camera tonight, bringing you some Emmy-worthy coverage as the Generals host the Tacoma Rockets for the first time ever, and quickly we'll burn through the starting lineup here for you. Starting with Eugene Generals in net, Skylar Larson making his second start for the Gens. The defensemen Dakota Henn and Devin Dunn. Up top it is Brock Friesen, Nathan Leach, and Calvin Hennon. Meanwhile, it looks like Joel Lusk, number 12, Kaiwo Kaiwai, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And then on the far side, it looks like it's number 15, Bryson Peterson. We'll get to the defenseman in a moment as this is held on to by Larson. Defenseman Spencer Deese and number 10, J2 Pikul. So, love to hear from you throughout the evening. Already hearing from a couple of folks. The Manthe crew chiming in as usual, bright and early. Great to hear from the Manthes out in O'Fallon, Illinois. Hearing from Kyle Heller. We got a Rockets fan in the audience tonight, cheering on, saying it's going to be an easy dump for the Rockets. And meanwhile, my man Ty Adani, big Code fan, hashtag Code all day, ready for a W tonight. Generals trying to snap a bit of a skid here as they haven't won since their last meeting against the University of Oregon. A couple of tough losses, a number of them coming by just 1 or 2 goals, including dropping last week's matchups to the Wenatchee Wolves. 3-1 and 6-2 were the finals, and then losing to the Portland Junior Winterhawks 3 weeks prior. A couple of tough losses there, those especially very frustrating for the Generals, so hoping to bounce back here today. We'll get to more of your shout-outs in a moment. This one's tossed out now to Friesen. He'll shoot from the near wing. Save made. Juicy rebound in the slot. Here's his shot. Another save made. Goaltender today, by the way, looks like it is Wesley Fohley, and I know I'm pronouncing that right, so please call me out on that. As this is Bauman, who races back and slides it up to Friesen. Friesen along the near side. He gets to the blue line. Will dump it into the far corner. Code will track it down here from my man Mark Code chiming in. Already some good cheering for Code online as this is the Rockets who will bring it up the near side. Number 3 has it along the near wing. He's bumped by Bauman, loses the puck. 16 has it, centers it up. It takes a funky bounce into the high slot, but nobody there, and it's rumbled out by Minchin. Minchin chops it over now to Code. Code has the puck run on him a little bit here. We got a delayed penalty coming up, and it should be against Tacoma. Indeed it is. Now Larson sees it, but Code shoots, and he scores. That didn't take long. Took 91 seconds off the clock. A shout out to Mark Code. That's your boy's 9th goal of the season, something like that. Either way, he leads the team, and the Generals waste no time. 1-0 to score with Jared Code lighting the lamp. It goes down as unassisted. Code, a couple of big games recently as he's emerged into the team lead, not just in points, but in goals scored as well, recently passing Alex Clark last weekend. And he's continuing that fine form into this weekend as Code, we've mentioned multiple times, a first-year junior player from from Irvine, California, just outside of Anaheim. Playing for Villa Park High School last year, part of the Anaheim Ducks High School Hockey League. That's probably what threw me off right there. But Code scoring his 9th goal of the season. There you go, 13 points on the season for Jared Code. This one goes into the corner. Taken for a moment by Tacoma. They'll wrap it around out now to Nick Short. Nick Short slides it out. Short back in the lineup, as well as Nathan Leach. The General just tried to play it. We talked about him briefly in the pregame. Leach has been out since the tail end of October after getting injured in the team's last game against the University of Oregon. As Leach plays it back behind the net, slides it out now to Henn. Henn gets to the top of the circle. He'll just rip it, hoping for something funky. It's deflected into the corner. Nick Short's the first one there. He pushes it down to Manthe in the corner. Manthe tries to walk his way out. He's hampered by a Tacoma Rocket, and actually that Rocket's going to bump him right off the puck, but coming in is Leach to pick it up. He has it in the far corner. Leach opens up, kind of a slow pace here for the Gens down in the attacking zone. Remember, on the power, we thought they were going to be on the power play. Still even strength as this is Short who tries to dig it out, and it's taken back by Tacoma. 17 absorbs a hit. It's taken by Henn. Henn tries to play it. He bobbles it along the wall. He gets it right back, throws it off the boards. Nice little angle pass. Takes a funky bounce, though, not the one he was hoping for, and it's scooped up by Short. Over into the corner. Played by the Rockets, turnover forced. It's Minshew who dumps it down to Code. Code looking for the one-touch pass for Arbolowski in the slot. Couldn't find him, though, as that one bobbled on his tape. It's poked out to the point where Jacob Rhodes has it. Junction City native walks up, and he hands it off now to Arbolowski. Arbolowski at the near dot, out to Bauman. Bauman will rip it from there. Deflection in front. It goes just wide of that near post. Code almost double-dipping for his second of the game. He gets his own rebound, and now he'll skirt around the zone. It's out to Bauman. Bauman will rip it off of the stick of number 17, and it is cleared out of the zone. Tracking back is Rhodes, as we'll get a wholesale change here from the Rockets, or at least 3 out of 5. And Rhodes picks it up, slides it up to Bauman. Out of the zone, it goes all the way down. This will be an icing. So we're back down to our right, playing youth rules here, though, an 18U team, and so they will be able to change it up despite taking the icing. And 15:31 left here in the period. We head back to our right. Over on the far side now, Hen will try to play it. He'll backhand it down to Friesen. Friesen bobbles it a bit. He's hampered by a couple of boys in black jerseys. Back out now to Manthe. Manthe, top of the circle. He'll just dump it down. Hennon will try to give chase. And now here's Dakota Hen. Dakota Hen scoots his way around a couple of players. Second-year veteran. Been stuck on 8 points now for a while after a hot start to the season. He rips that one just wide blocker side of that far post. It's Hen now battling for it back behind the net. Hennon tries to get it out of his feet, but it's taken back by Tacoma. They slide it out of the zone. It gets past Hen. This will be an icing, and it goes all the way down. 14-12 left here in the first period. Save made, and the Tacoma goaltender will hold on. Into the corner it goes. Boyven battling for it. It's out to Clark now. Clark tries to win that stick battle. It skips past Bauman here at the point. He'll just pirouette around and try to fire it back in. He does after it ricochets off a couple of bodies. Bailiff almost forced the turnover there in the attacking zone, but it's flipped down and Rhodes will give chase. He races back over into the corner. He's hampered by number 17. That's Joel Lusk. And turnover forced, at least for a moment, by the Rockets. It's out to the point and kick past number 13. Scooping it up is Rhodes, but chopped out of the zone by Tacoma. And it's back over to Leach. Leach slides it over to Bauman. Bad pass, though, and it's back over as Bauman races back behind his own net to track it down. Bauman tries to flip it over to Leach. He returns the favor. Not exactly on the money there either, but it's out of the zone. And taken back by Tacoma. Back over to Leach now. He tries to spin around and yank it out of the zone. Loses possession. Here's a shot from distance. Well wide, though. That's number 12 on the shot, Kaiwo Kawai. The captain here for the Tacoma Rockets, and it's out of the zone, taken back by Tacoma. Short jostling for it here on the near wall. Taken back by Tacoma. 16 with a nice move to get around a couple of players. That is Heller. Save made by Larson. Chance on the back door looking for Heller. Heller just couldn't flip that stick over. I think it caught him a little bit off guard. Great feed, though. Didn't catch the number on who fed that over to him. But a nice idea, albeit falling by the wayside, and now it's taken out by the Gens, or at least for the moment. Bad turnover. It's flipped back over to 18. He's just pushed down to the ice, and a penalty is called on Jackson Bauman. And so Bauman will head to the sin bin. This will be the first penalty of the game, and the Rockets with a golden chance to tie things up. 12:28 here in the first period. 1-0 the score on Code Hayes' 9th goal of the season. Hen has it, just throws it all the way down. And Code Hayes is going to be the first one to get there. He wraps around, trying to jam it in that near post. He's turned away, though. It still holds on. He's able to skip past one. He's sandwiched by a pair of black jerseys, but still walks away with it. Slides it out to Dunn. It skips over his tape. It's still time running off the clock. Already about 30 seconds off of the power play clock for the Rockets. Racing back is Hen. Hen has it behind his own net. He'll actually skip past a couple of players. And now it turns almost into a 3-on-2 coming the other way for the Gens. He drops it off for Code Hayes. Code Hayes bobbled it a bit. Backhanded pass over to Hen, who fires. What a play that was by Hen. And Code Hayes linking up. Code Hayes couldn't quite get the shot off, but he gets to the backhand and slides it through the 5-hole of a Rockets defenseman. Short-handed goal for the Gens, and another point for Code Hayes as Hen gets off the schneid. Talking about how he had a bit of a goal drought. Well, not anymore. He gets his 5th of the season. The Generals double their lead, 2-0. So Code Hayes and Hen both with goals. Code Hayes factoring into both of them. There's still power play time here for the Rockets. Picked up by number 14. He'll walk his way ahead. Only about 20 seconds left on the power play here as we near the midway point of the period. Shooting and scoring. Just taking a break, trying to find the bongo in the building. We get our 3rd of the game, and the Generals jump out to an early lead for a field goal here. A couple of messages to get up to as well. We'll get to those in a moment. But just like that, the Generals make it 3-0 here as we're not even at the midway point. 10-12 left here in the first period. Arbolowski ripping that one home for his 2nd goal of the season. So Arbolowski again with his 2nd. Jamie Cloninger, 11 Code Hayes for president. Manthe crew echoing exactly how we feel. Great to have Nathan Leach back, and I know this was a game that he was circling on his calendar. As again mentioned earlier, a former Tacoma Rocket himself from Puyallup, Washington. I never quite know if I'm pronouncing that right. I guess the Leaches can keep me honest on that. Puyallup. Love the hashtag Code Hayes all day. As we get a face-off to the right of the Tacoma goaltender. Again, 3-0 the score here. An excellent start for the Gens, who hoping to snap their own skid here. Over to the far side, Bailiff tries to play it. It's chopped at, but it goes just wide, or excuse me, it's held in momentarily. Clark tries to chip it down. He's got some room now, and he chips it to himself. It's going to be Clark all the way now. He's got 3 black jersey ahead as the Generals changing up behind him. A hard shot, but it's off target, held in on the glass. And now coming the other way is Tacoma. Passed up ahead, collision here in the neutral zone. More inadvertent than anything. A short and a Tacoma Rockets player collide. Held in at the point by Tacoma. Tied 90, liking what he's seeing. And Clark Wozich keeping me honest on Puyallup right there. I appreciate it. And by all means, for any of you Rockets parents, families, or friends watching it, if I happen to butcher any of these Tacoma Rockets pronunciations, again, keep me honest on it. Would hate to do so. As Dunn gets over just in time. Oh, I spoke too soon. Not just in time, as the puck just went on the wrong side of the blue line there. But you hate when it does that. 8:15 left here in the first period. Generals up by a field goal. 3-0's the score. 3 different goal scorers here. Code scoring first. Dakota scoring the second goal of the game for the Gens, a shorthanded goal. And then just moments ago, Arbolowski netting his second of the season. Hard shot save made, kind of bobbled though in front. It is poked up and not out of the zone. Dunn's gonna rip it, he shoots, and he scores. Devin Dunn scores from distance. Some frustration from the Rockets here as Dunn lights the lamp from way downtown. And congratulations to Devin Dunn, his first goal as a General. Wanted to check the stats to make sure I had that right, and indeed I do. So shout out to the Burbank, California native, as Dunn's the 4th different goal scorer to get in on the action here today. And the Generals cruising here. 4-0's the score here in the first period. Here's Matthew, rips it hard. Blocker save made by the Tacoma netminder. Puck still loose in the slot. Matthew comes in, only catches a piece of it though. Kind of a bit of a foul tip there. And now it's brought out by Tacoma. Racing through the zone is 12. He'll shoot from distance. Save made by Larson. He'll just hold on as that one caught the big old G on his white sweater. Both sides will get a couple of fresh bodies on the ice. 6:59 left here in the period. So a couple of SoCal kids putting their imprint on today's game. First Jared Code and then Devin Dunn. Special spot in my heart for Devin Dunn. Mentioned earlier from just down the road from my hometown in Burbank, California. Grew up in Santa Clarita, California, just up the I-5. 6:33 left here in the first period, 4-0 to score. And again, 4 different goal scorers here for the Gens. Get a face off to the right of the Tacoma netminder. And Wesley Froley in net, and again, please keep me honest if I'm butchering that. Nice play by Minchin to weave through a couple, a little deceptive move. All for naught, but still a nice idea, and that's kind of more of the creativity that you want to really see from this General squad. It's almost like in the early going of some of these games, they haven't quite trusted themselves a little bit, almost putting themselves not in positions to succeed, but positions not to fail, if that makes any sense. Kind of playing not to win, and it's part of having a younger squad as well. They almost need to kind of see the results to believe that they can achieve those results. And off to a good start here as Arbolowski has it to the top of the circle. He'll pirouette around. Nice patience. Tries to cut through one, cut through another, cut through a third. He gets it to Code. Code loses his footing, gets back to his feet. Just as he did that, lost the puck though. But the Generals skating with some confidence and some skill that you knew they had. They just hadn't quite displayed in the early going of this season. You talk to anybody around the organization, and it's just a pleasure of a team to be around, top to bottom on the roster. No one that really sticks out in a negative way whatsoever. Here from Carl Wozich, he's doing a throwback here, and the Generals have a high volume of passes past the blue line. They look like the old school Soviet Union, saying keep it up out there. He likes what he's seeing. And Jenny Dunn, I imagine back in SoCal, liking what she's seeing as well. Again, congratulations to Devin Dunn, scoring his first career goal as a Eugene General, 3rd point of the season overall. Big congrats to the big fella, number 24. This played by Tacoma. They go D to D back in their own zone, sliding back. I believe this is Spencer Deese. It could have the number wrong. He tries to feather it up, and it does find his intended target, albeit after a bit of a deflection. Bobbled around over on the far side. That's John Crooker. And he goes back over to Deese. Deese plays it. He'll sauce it out of the zone. Flips it up now to JT Pekul. And Pekul gets the zone. I beg your pardon. That is now Peterson. Peterson fires. It's deflected and it goes wide. Here from some more folks chiming in. Getting a great picture from Justin Thaxton, local member of our adult hockey community here. Watching from the comfort of his home. When your 2-year-old is sick, you watch the Gens in bed with her. Go Generals. And great to hear. Awesome photo. Great to see your setup as well. It's awesome always to see some of the setups that some people organize while watching at home. As this is flipped out by Alex Clark. Again, the Generals have long time been proud to provide every Generals home game live free in HD via the Eugene Generals Hockey Network. Started way back in the day by John Strong when it was just audio based. Strong now the lead soccer commentator for Fox Sports. You might have heard him last night or a couple nights ago on that great MLS game, Portland versus Seattle. They went into extra time up in Seattle. He started it all here, and then the tech side certainly funded and influenced by our man Flynn Dunchak, who certainly hope he's feeling better. Unfortunately not able to be here at the game tonight. But proud to always kind of set the bar, particularly on the Tier 3 spectrum, but even across the junior hockey spectrum. Proud to provide the kind of coverage that we do. This flipped up ahead. It gets past Leach just as he absorbed a hit. It's actually held along the blue line. It spoke too soon. And here's Dunn showcasing some nice mitts right there. He enters the zone, keeps it on the backhand. Good patience, sauces it towards the net. And it's about belt high, pass short. Out to Code. Code hands it off back to Leach. Leach will try to, I believe, try to get it back to Code, but he's sandwiched by a couple of Tacoma Rockets in the corner. Now coming the other way. Here's a hard shot. He shoots and he scores. Excellent rip by Kaiwo Kawhi, the captain here for the Rockets. Back here in Eugene. Remember him from the preseason evaluation camp, I believe, about a year or two ago. And good to see Kawhi back down here, and he lights the lamp. He gets Tacoma on the board. 4-1 is the score after an excellent rip by Kawhi. That might be the shot of life just that Tacoma needed right here. It had largely been one-way traffic. That one deflected, but it goes just wide. Larson sliding to his left, and it almost snuck just inside of that far post. But it stays a 3-goal game in favor of the Gens, and it's inside 3 minutes remaining here in the period. Matthew tries to chip it out of the zone, and he does. He'll look to track it down now. And it goes back behind the net of Larson. Larson peers around his post. He sees a couple of 16s jostling in the corner. It's taken away by Manthe now. Manthe kind of sachets his way out of the zone. Now picks up some steam a little bit. And he'll enter on the near side. Tries to feather it back behind. Caught a deflection, so it only slowly wraps over into the corner. It's taken back by Hennon. Will try to yank it out of the corner. He battles with Kevin Heller, assistant captain here. It's poked up and out of the zone by Crooker. Crooker loses it though, and Hen flips that sky high. Somehow doesn't catch any of the banners or the rafters up there. Excellent job threading the needle right there by Hen. And it's taken back by the Rockets behind their own net. Flipped up ahead. It finds its way slowly but surely over to Pekul on the near side. Good stick right here by Peterson, but he lost it. Now it's up to Code. Code has it, gets to the forehand, drops the shoulder, now charges in, tries to roof it. Nice blocker save made by Froley in net. Hard hit laid over on the far side. I believe that was Arbolowski doing most of the damage there. Still held in momentarily, bobbled and taken back by Code in the neutral zone. He spins around, gets past one, cuts into the zone. He drops down the shoulder again. It finds Arbolowski. Arbolowski tries to get it to Minchin. Nice idea, and Arby actually had a window there to try to thread that needle, and he certainly got the skill to do it, but decided to hand it off to Minchin, but it snuck just behind his skates. Taken out by Tacoma. Turn back over. It's back over to Dunn. Back over to Dakota now. Dakota pirouettes behind his own net. He'll take it as we hear from Jennifer Clark. Great to hear from the Clark contingency as well. As Froley gives it a tap. And a big change here for the Generals. Hen the only one to stay on the ice as Tacoma brings it up. Kicked at by Clark. He plays it for a moment. Offside should be the call, and it is. A bad bounce for the Rockets. We get a whistle. 38 seconds remaining here. 4-1 the score in favor of Eugene. Softs through the blue paint, but that's all that happens. It gets harmlessly over to the near boards, but not out though. Boyven had a little trouble, and some physicality here from Giroux along the near side. Quay Giroux, but Boyven just bulldozing his way out of the zone. Taken back though by Tacoma. They'll try to get a shot off. They do, held onto by Larson, and he'll just wait for the face-off. 3 seconds left. We're going to face off to the left of Larson. Again, Kawhi, the goal scorer here for the Tacoma Rockets, the captain here. As you mentioned earlier, Kawhi actually was down here. I believe it was not this past offseason, but the offseason before that we saw Kawhi down here for either training camp or the preseason evaluation camp. It's only 2 seconds after that quick whistle. Nice play by Clark. Good awareness just to dive onto that one, and that will do it for the first period of play, but a strong first period, particularly the first 10 minutes for the Gens. 4-1 is the score. 3 goals coming in the first 10 minutes. 4 goals, all coming from 4 different goal scorers, but Tacoma is heard from before the break as Kawhi lights the lamp, and at the end of 20 minutes, it's Eugene 4, Tacoma 1. Welcome back, ladies and gents. Second period action just on the horizon here. The Generals with a 4-1 lead over Tacoma. It was 4-0, but Kaiwo Kawhi scoring a beauty. Going top shelf, just sneaking it over the shoulder of Larson near the tail end of the first period. So that's where we stand. 4 different goal scorers here for the Generals. Jericho Day, Dakota Head, Cody Arbolowski, and Devin Dunn, the last of which scoring his very first goal as a General. So again, another big congratulations to the big fellow wearing the 2-4 on his jersey this year. Burbank, California native, as we get set for the second period of play. Had some great banter so far, particularly from Generals fans. Would love to hear from you Tacoma fans, though, as well. As always, let us know where you're watching from, who you're watching with, and who you're rooting for tonight as we get ready to drop the puck here. Brandon Baskey on hand tonight. Somebody that we are certainly no stranger to here in the Emerald Valley. After a dramatic pause, we are officially underway, and so it is poked back here to Tacoma. Tacoma D-men play it. It's first Zeke Endy. And now flipped up ahead. A nice hard hit late on Quade Giroux. It goes over to Dakota Head. Dakota Head flips it over to Hendon, or tries to hit him in stride. Couldn't quite link up with him, though, and it goes back behind the Generals' net. Played by Tacoma. We'll see how both sides kind of respond here. If the Generals keep their foot on the gas, conversely, if Tacoma kind of finds their footing after that late Kawhi goal, that got them on the board. Turnover by the Generals in the attacking zone. Hendon tries to take it back. It's yanked away, though, by number 7, Aiden Baltazar. Taken right back, here's Friesen. Friesen fires, pad save made, loose in front. Great save right there's lurking. On the rebound was Calvin Hendon, looking for his first goal of the season. But instead it's poked away. A couple of nice saves from Froley in net. It's out to Hendon. Tries to drag it around. Problem is the puck just stayed on the ice. It's flipped up ahead. Good stick by Dunn to break up a potential odd man rush opportunity. Then he slides that one, a little no-look pass, but it sneaks over the blue line, and Hen actually able to chip it to himself. Hen drags it up ahead, tries to get it out of his feet. A little trouble here to start this period for Hen puck handling. You usually don't see that from the Coloradan. Bad pass here from Dunn. It's intercepted, taken back by Tacoma. Thrown up ahead by number 10, that's Pikul. Goes back behind where Dunn plays it. He throws on the brakes, rifles it off the boards. There's a nice pass up to Minchin, and Minchin will race up ahead. Minchin thought about chipping it to himself. A good stick, though, by Tacoma. Taken back by Minchin again, working along the blue line. Flips it up ahead. Nobody there, though, and out come the Rockets the other way with a brief 3-on-2 opportunity. They'll just throw it towards the net of Larson. Larson easily sticks that aside. So we got Paul Larson in the building watching Skylar look for his first win as a General here. Third appearance overall. Bend, Oregon native. Skylar Larson in net. This one over to Code in the slot. Code shoots. That one goes just wide. Not sure if that was deflected. I was surprised that Code got the shot off. I thought that would be bumped off his stick, or at least a hard deflection, but either way it goes into the corner where Arbolowski tries to jostle for it. Arbolowski does end up coming away with it. Bauman wants it. He gets it. Bauman had some time. He shoots. Save made. Kind of bobbled that a bit. Had a chance for the one-timer, and we're still a window as he got that shot off, but just threw it out for the side netting. Arbolowski able to win that battle and keep it in, but it is poked out and taken back by Jacob Rhodes. Rhodes has it, pirouettes around. He'll try to give it back to Bauman, and he does. Bauman looks up ahead, slides it to Code, and here come the Gens into the zone. Brief 3-on-2. Here's Code. Code shoots. That one deflected. He had Boyven lurking on the back door, decided to rip it, and it's over to Arbolowski. Arbolowski back to Boyven. Boyven sauced it over, I think looking for Bauman, but it's intercepted and flipped out of the zone. Rhodes almost able to keep it in, chopped at by Boyven. Coming the other way, though, is Tacoma. 17 brings it in, inadvertent drop pass, but hey, it works out. It's over now to Peterson. Peterson pushes it down into the corner. Kawhi tries to jostle for it. It's back out to Boyven. Boyven throws it out of the zone. A kind of deflection, it looked like, so no icing here on the play. And it goes into the corner where Clark is the first one to get there. Boy, when he gets going, Clark just has a world of speed, and you would just do not want to be in front of him. It's over to Boyven. Couldn't handle that hard pass. Centering pass off of the stanchion of the netting. Hendon's able to get there and keep it in. He banks it off the boards. And now here is Clark. Clark kind of absorbed the hit, but it bumped him off just enough where he lost possession. Pinching down is Short, but Short's centering pass is intercepted. And coming the other way is Tacoma. Looking for the shot. Save made by Larson, and he'll just hold on. That's Kawhi on the shot. 16:33 left here in the second period. Face-off coming up here in the Generals' defensive zone. Get the face off to the right of Larson. Arbolowski on the draw against Heller. And it's taken by the Rockets. It's out to the point. A shot from distance. It's deflected up and into the corner. Centering pass, but it's Dunn who breaks up that opportunity. Player looking on the back door. It's flipped out of the zone by Arbolowski, and now Leach will try to track it down. Icing, though, is the call, unable to get there in time. That one had a lot of juice on it, so we'll head back to our right. 16-16 left here in the period. A double Friesen here. Face-off coming to the left of Larson. Last couple of home games here until December for the Generals as they face off against Tacoma tomorrow. Same time, same channel. Right here at the Rink Exchange, 7:35 puck drop here, 7:30 rather puck drop, probably a couple of minutes after that here at the Rink Exchange. Get your tickets as always in advance at eugenegenerals.com, or of course if you can't make it here to the rink, you can watch from the confines of your own home here on the Eugene Generals Hockey Network. We'd love to have you here though as the Generals wrap up a 6-game homestand here. Hit laid over on the corner, but it goes out to the point. Here's a shot deflected wide and flutters into the corner. Short tries to play it, so does Hen. Hen wins that battle, and now he'll bring it up the near wing. Hen cuts inside, he'll look to give it to Leach instead. He'll keep it, he shoots, that one goes high and wide. Held in by Short in the corner. He'll try to just shovel it down into the corner further. He's jostling with number 20, that is Aiden Wisdom. And we got a penalty coming up. Holding is the call, and it looks like it's going to be Short who heads to the box. Last time the Generals went on the penalty kill, they scored. As we saw a shorthanded goal from, I believe it was Arbolowski. No, it's Dakota Hen, I beg your pardon. 15-28 though, Short edge to the sin bin, second penalty of the game, and it goes against the Gens. Power play opportunity coming up for Tacoma. Reminder, fans, remember to subscribe to the Generals on YouTube as well. All Generals home games broadcasted on YouTube Live, and select road games, particularly those games when the Generals go back east into the Midwest. As always, brought to you live, free, and in HD. But if you subscribe to our channel, you'll be able to stay up to date on all broadcasts, and of course, any upcoming broadcasts and behind-the-scenes video content as well throughout the season. Played off the boards. Friesen now able to disrupt that breakout by Tacoma. Friesen, a one-man wrecking crew on the near side with his family in the stands. Eugene, Oregon native, one of the many junior Gens on the squad. Friesen scoring his first goal of the season last week against the Wenatchee Wolves. Here's Hennon now. Hennon gives it back to Bauman. Bauman, little hesitation move and doesn't have anybody in front, so just throws it in a bit of an area pass. It goes back over to Bauman. Bauman takes it. He'll just take it up himself this time. Top of the circle, he shoots, save made. It's poked over into the far dot, taken back by the Rockets. Racing up ahead is number 17, that's Joel Lusk. He loses it though, Bauman gets it right back. 17-on-17 crime right there. It's back over to Bauman, who gets it out of his catching glove, and he'll just wait for the cavalry to arrive. Throws it up to Code. Code a little trouble on that hard pass. Broken up and taken back by Tacoma. Here's a shot, save made, rebound over on the back door. Good stick though by Larson to poke that out of harm's way. And a bad misplay over at the far point. The Generals catch a break, it is cleared. 40 seconds left on the Tacoma power play. Back out to Crooker, at least for the moment. It's intercepted though, and here's Code. He stick handles past one, pats another. He'll enter the zone. He'll try to drag it through his feet and do it again. He gets past a couple of black jerseys, centers it up. Minchin was there, but it took a deflection. Pinching down is done, and racing back to gather it is Minchin. Nice saucer pass over to Hen, just kind of sticked over his tape, but it was right on the money, and it's deflected up and out of play. 15 seconds left on the power play. Good kill here for the Gens, but still work to do to see it out. Shots 13-6 in favor of the Generals in that first period. Looks like it'll be Minchin on the draw just in front of the Generals bench. Facing off against Kevin Heller. Heller's escorted out of the circle, so now it's Quade Giroux who takes the draw. Giroux promptly wins it. He plays it back over to his winger. Dunn loses his footing over on the far side. And it's sauced over here to the near side, but it finds the stick of Hen. Hen will just wrap it over to Dunn. Dunn, a outlet pass trying to find Minchin. It caught him on the top of his shoelaces there. Minchin picks it back up. Short comes out of the box. We're back to even strength. Minchin sauced it over to Code. What a play that was by Minchin. He's looking strong here to start. Had a nice talk with Griffin Minchin earlier to start the game, or before the game rather, I should say. No, I'm not supposed to have favorites here, but I do love Griffin as we get a whistle and a face-off coming up. It looks like a penalty coming up. And heading to the box will be Brock Friesen. I didn't see what the penalty was, but taking it with possession, elbowing is the call. Generals not doing themselves any favors. 13-12 left here in the second, and another power play opportunity coming up for Tacoma, looking to cut it back to a 2-goal deficit. Face-off taken by Tacoma. They'll go D-to-D and slide it up ahead, trying to find Bryson Peterson. Peterson loses it. It's back to Bauman. Bauman hesitates. He'll head back behind his own net and just rifle it off the boards. It goes all the way down, where it's held up by Froley in net. Tacoma takes it again. 25 seconds off of the power play here for the visiting Rockets. Centering pass over to Clark. What a save by Froley. Clark setting himself up nicely. It looked like Froley just reached out. Good positioning save more than anything. It's back to Bauman. Generals holding the zone, and in fact, Bauman skates out of the zone. He'll just rifle it up ahead and waste more time. 1:20 left on the power play, but again, excellent save by Froley to deny Alex Clark his 8th goal of the season. Back to Bauman, nice hesitation move, and he draws the penalty too, so we'll have 4-on-4 hockey as the Rockets touch it up, and in fact, it goes up and out of play. And so we have the first penalty of the game against the Rockets. Nice hesitation move by Bauman, and the captain will send another 17-on-17 crime. He sends Lust to the box. He doesn't like it, but he'll have to sit down for a couple of minutes. And it looks like slash is the call, and so tripping, I beg your pardon, 1:08 left here of 4-on-4 hockey, and then the Generals will go to the power play for about 52 seconds. Face-off here in front of the Generals bench. Face-off won by Minchin, plays it back to Dunn. Dunn slides it to Hen. Hen back over to Minchin. Minchin tries to enter. Looked like he was kind of caught between two minds there, but it goes to Dunn, who dumps it down. It gets past Minchin, back over to him, slides it in front, save made, puck still loose. Almost a chance on the front door there for Minchin, but unable to get his stick over on the backhand. It's back over to Code now. Code has it bumped off his stick, so he'll race back and take a good job here on the forecheck by number 16. That's Kevin Heller. And it's back over here to the far side. It's taken by Devin Dunn. Dunn spins around. 33 seconds of 4-on-4 time left. Back to Minchin. Nice move by Minchin. Love the confidence we're seeing out of him tonight. It's over to Hen. Hen races in. Hen cut through everybody. Tries to walk it in. A good pad save made by Froller in net. It's back to Minchin. Almost got to him. Instead, it's intercepted by Hen. Hen looking for Code. Instead, it's over to Dunn. Dunn now to Code. He's got Minchin in front. Gets it over to him. Unable to find the tape, though. And it's out to Dunn. Dunn able to keep it in off of his skate. It's over to Hen. He'll try to feather it over to Code. Well, that's intercepted by number 11, Ethan Schug. And it goes into the corner. Friesen readies to come out of the box, and he does. So 50 seconds of power play time here for the Gens as Friesen races into the play. Trying to hold on to possession for the Gens. Code heads to the bench as Leach comes on. This goes up and out of play. And so we get a whistle. 40 seconds of power play time left. Exactly 11 minutes left here in the first period. Face-off right in front of us here, and the visitors, or excuse me, home penalty box. Shout out to my man Steve Day. Shout out to Dort Howard while we're at it too. Face-off's won by Friesen. It slowly squirts back to Rhodes. Rhodes, bit of a mix-up between he and Bauman, but no harm, no foul. Bauman holds on, and he sauces it over now to Leach. Leach brings it up the near wing now, has it at the dot. Gives it over to Friesen. A little too hot to handle. Nice idea, though, but it's Friesen who gets it now out to Bauman. Bauman has it. He'll walk the line, feathers it down to Leach. Leach cuts inside, back out now to Bauman. Bauman top of the far circle. He'll just rip it from distance, save. It's kicked into the corner where Friesen tracks it down. 11 seconds left on the power play. Friesen still with it. Out to Bauman. Bauman running out of time, though. It's back over to Friesen. Friesen has it in the slot, feathers it over to Leach. Leach bobbled it, might have thought about the shot. It's now to Rhodes, back to Leach. We're back to even strength as now Leach walks in. Leach kind of pushes it down after a bit of a stroll around back behind the net. It's over now to Manthe. Manthe looks to cut past one, cut past another, but the second turns him away. 14 throws it off the boards, and it's over here to the near side where Bauman feathers it in and keeps it inside the blue line. It's over to Friesen now. Friesen back out to Bauman. Bauman rips it from distance, looking for the deflection from Manthe, but it goes wide. Rhodes will pitch down, trying to keep it in. He can't do it. Friesen can, though, on the second effort. Back over to Rhodes, who gets it over to Leach. Leach backhanded shot, save made, though, boy, you know Leach wanted that one. Another chance in front, but that goes just wide. And now Rhodes has it. Back out to Bauman. He in road swat spots. Still feels like a power play, wouldn't you say, with all this possession time for the Gens. Just as I say that, the old broadcaster jinx in effect, it is cleared out of the zone, but it's immediately taken back by Bauman. Breeson over to Rhodes now. The two former junior Generals teammates link up. It's up to Manthe. Manthe, first-year player. Well, he almost runs right into Leach right there. That was an awkward play going into the boards, having his head down there. Thankfully, he's okay, and actually he's back to his footing, holding on to possession. And both sides fanning on a couple of pass attempts there, but it's flipped out of the zone. It gets past Hen. And no icing here on the play. Hen will try to track it down back behind his own net. He throws on the brakes, surveys the ice for a bit, flips it over to the far side where Boyven is. Boyven backhands it up. No one in particular, though, and it's intercepted by Tacoma. Thrown back ahead by Peterson. This goes into the corner now. Hen has it. And Boyven, a nice little tap up to Clark. Clark will race up ahead. He's got a step. He shoots! And he scores. Boy, you see it right there when Clark just turns it on. He just has some next level ability, and he shows it right there, just looking too easy. He chips it up to himself and sneaks it past that left leg pad. 5-1 is the score. Generals back up by 4 on a dandy by Clark. Shooting and scoring. I think that was Griffin Minchin on the goal right there. We'll check the replay just as I was looking down, updating. And boy, you know the team's going to love that there as Griff gets his first goal of the season. I'll mention I'm not supposed to play favorites here, but well, between you and I, Griffin's at the top of the list here for me. Absolutely love him. Came in an hour early, had a great talk with him today, and he just seemed loose. You could feel the confidence, the excitement, the intensity for today's game. And boy, it's good to see Griff scores. He lights the lamp here. 6 different goal scorer. We got 6 goals tonight. Generals up by a 5 spot here with inside 8 minutes to go here in the period. Well, Minchin's been skating strong all night. And it pays dividends here. Here's Code, who throws it in a dangerous area, and it hung up in the blue paint. Here's another hard shot, shooting and scoring. It's a goal fest here. I'm not sure who got the deflection there, if anybody. It's either going to be Code or Dunn, I believe. Dunn ripped that shot. And either way, the Generals will take it, and I guess it all looks the same on the scoreboard here. 7-1 here, and we'll await the official announcement on the goal scorer. By the way, that last goal being credited to Jared Coday, by the way. So apparently getting a deflection in front. So Coday gets his second of the evening, according to the stat sheet here. And the Generals really stretching out their lead. Manthe, though, taking a penalty, so back to the penalty kill. Generals strong on the kill so far tonight, though. But the Rockets respond right there. So they scored just as I believe Manthe was getting ready to come out of the penalty box. And so it's back to a 5-goal game. As the Rockets getting out and running in transition, a nice cross-ice pass, or rather stretch pass to find number 17. That is Joel Lusk. And Lusk able to bury it, and so I'm not sure if it'll officially go down as a power play goal or not. Again, it was right as Manthe was coming out of the box, but either way, the Rockets will take it. 7-2 now is the score, 5:15 remaining here in the period. Face-off right in front of us. Here comes Leach the other way. Leach with a little more enthusiasm, I guess, here. He tries to get it over to Boyman. Boyman lets it go, and it's over to Coday. Coday thought about feathering it out to the point. Instead, he'll look to walk it in, but it's poked away. And now racing the other way with a nice head full of steam is number 7, Adam Baltazar. Good job getting back by Bauman and timing that poke check there, as it looked like Baltazar might add a step. Here's a hard shot. That one takes a big-time rocket. It almost goes up on top of some sort of contraption up in the rafters there. That would have been a first. That one went a mile high, 442. Easy for me to say. Left here in the period. We'll have a face-off coming up to the right of Skylar Larson. So 6 different goal scorers here tonight. And Coday leading the way here with 2 tonight. Again, going to have to go back and watch that last goal. Maybe it was more obvious than I thought. It looked like Dunn had just wrecked it the whole way, but Coday credited with the goal, extending his team lead here, but still plenty of time for Clark to try to catch back up to him, and knowing him, I'm sure he would love to do exactly that. It's flipped out to Rhodes, by the way, back to the action on the ice. He gets it down over to Arvelovsky. Arvelovsky dumps it down over in the corner. Nice one-touch pass trying to find Minchin. Just a little too tough, though. Arvelovsky almost had the 1-T, and he thought about it. He looks over to Minchin saying, hey, man, I was ready. And I think Minchin knew it, too, but instead it is cleared. And it's back over now to Minchin on the near side. He wiggles his way out of some trouble, and here comes Minchin racing his way up the far wing. He'll actually cut into the zone and flip it over to Arvelovsky. Trying to get it to him this time. Arvelovsky hesitates, shoots, and scores. Excellent patience there from Arvelovsky. He gets his second of the evening. And the Generals score their 8th of the night. 3:50 to go here off a nice hesitation move. Well, Minchin and Arbolowski didn't link up the first time there, but again, Minchin repaying the favor there. And Arbolowski again scoring his second. 8-2, Generals on top. So back behind the net now, Hennon has it. Hennon looking for his first goal of the season here, as we mentioned earlier. Speaking of Hennon, here is Henn who fires. Save made, but a deflection into the slot. Dunn chops at it, but it's covered up, and we get a whistle. Face-off coming up on the far side. It looks like a couple of bodies just kind of laying on top of each other there in front of the net. 2:37 left here in the second period. 4 goals in the first, 4 in the second here for the Gens. 1 goal in the first, 1 in the second here for the Rockets. Lots of reason to celebrate here. 6 different goal scorers for the Generals. As we'll get the face-off over on the far dot. Darren Toller dropping the little round rubber cylinder for us here tonight. Shout out to Darren. Here's over to Clark. Clark shoots. Great blocker save made by the Tacoma netminder. That thing had a vapor trail coming off the stick of Clark, and it was well placed. But sticking his right blocker out was number 30, Wesley Froley. And able to make that save. Stick taps to him. As Clark's been denied now twice and a couple of nice saves by Froley. I know it's 8-2, but Froley still has only been beaten on a couple of really nice goals here from the Gens for the most part. After the face-off, it's Boyven. Boyven backhands it out to Rhodes. Rhodes throws it towards the net. It slowly but surely deflects and drifts wide into the near corner. Taken by Clark, though. Clark drops it off for Bauman. He gets it right back to Clark. Clark rips it. Nice idea. Nice hesitation from both. The Generals draw a penalty here. Boyven tries to backhand it over to Clark. Clark gets it back. The puck is still loose as Larson races over to the net. Bailiff now wants it. Bailiff on the clapper, but he had his fellow Alaskan get in the way, and Bailiff can't believe it. Giving him a hard time, I'm sure, just in jest. Awesome moment there, as I think they both wanted it. You could tell on that shift, Clark's just humming for another. Looks like an elbowing call coming up against Tacoma, by the way. So the Generals' power play goes to work. Bailiff can't believe it. I think he's looking over at Clark saying, hey, you've scored enough of these, man. Let me have 1 or 2 here. So I don't think I've ever seen Bailiff not smiling at any point, on or off the ice. Arguably the most happy-go-lucky person we have ever had on this team, and that is saying something. But a pretty hilarious moment there. We're going to face off over on the far dot, and again, the Generals power play ready to go to work. We got 2 players now in the penalty box, so 5-on-3 for the Generals here. So they both take 2 minutes for elbowing. Don't see a lot of elbowing calls here, but we've seen about 4 of them tonight now. Here's Leach who walks in, thought about the shot, gives it over to Code. Code again sitting on a hattie here. Drops it to himself, and he'll hold on. He's got Bauman behind him. Instead, he heads into the slot, cuts in. Backhanded pass over to Leach. Great setup right there. I think it caught Leach a little bit off guard. And now you got to think the Generals might be feeding Leach a little bit here. Not only his first game back in quite some time, but again, facing off against his former youth squad here as Bauman has it. He drifts into the near dot, tries to thread the needle, and he almost does over to Code. Just a little bit too hot to handle. Code now looking for Leach here on the near side. Instead, he'll keep pirouetting around. Gets it over to Rhodes, who deflects it, but it goes just wide of that far post. Nice setup and nice idea, but it's still taken by the Gents. Minchin has it, flips it out to Rhodes. Rhodes walks into the dot. Shooting, deflection in front, puck still loose. Chopping at it now is Minchin. taken back by Bauman. 53 seconds left in the 5-on-3. Couple of quality chances, but Froley's been up to the task. Over here to Code. Code walks in. He'll try to sneak it near side. Nice idea, but Froley not taking the bait, and it's still held by the Gents. Code on the backhand. He tries to leave it off for Rhodes. Miscommunication. He does get it back over to him now to Bauman, who claps it towards the net. Save made. Poked up and now out of the zone, and now a chance coming the other way. Good job by Rhodes rubbing it out, but then we get a penalty. Bathke was farther behind the play. We had a linesman up and right on the play, but Bathke calls it. I don't think Rhodes can quite believe it. He's looking at him saying, what are you doing? You're punishing me for a good defensive play, and I can understand why his frustration. And again, Bathke wasn't quite in the position to make that call, but he makes it. Now at the 27-second mark of the power play, we'll go to 4-on-3. 2 minutes on the board against Jacob Rhodes. 31 seconds left here in the period. Go face off to the left of Larson. Again, waning moments here of the period. And Hen will take it. Generals try to capitalize in the last few seconds they have with the extra attacker. Hen brings it up, leaves it for Clark. Clark will shoot. Save made by Froley and a hold on. No rebound there. 19 seconds left here in the period. 15 seconds left of 4-on-3 play. Faceoff goes back to Hen. Hen a little trouble with it, bobbled it for a moment, gets it back. He'll poke it out now to Dunn. Dunn in the very high slot, back to Hen. A one-timer. Pad save made as Froley slides over. Final few ticks here of 4-on-3 action. Generals are going to have to prepare to go from on the power play to on the penalty kill instantly. Here's Hen, walks in. He tries to feather it over, but it goes wide. Back over to Clark. Clark whips it around. He fires. Save made, and that'll do it for the second period. What a period it was, though. 4 goals in the first, 4 in the second here for the Gents. And they'll carry a 6-goal margin into the final period. 8-2 is the score. Third period action coming up, and the Generals cruising here at the Rink Exchange.
I believe that was mine. Can't understand a thing you said.
See the Generals making their way back to the ice, and they've got 20 minutes to go to snap a skid here on home ice and start the final series of the current homestand on a heck of a foot. 8-2 is the score, 4-1 after 1, 8-2 after 2. Larson looking for his first win here as a General. A couple of Generals scoring their first goals of the season. Devin Dunn and Griffin Minchin. 6 different goal scorers here tonight for the Gens. Shots in that last period, 19-5, and so as they stand overall, they are 31-11 in favor of Eugene through 2 periods. I beg your pardon, 32-11 through 2 periods of play. But the Rockets will start the third and final period on the power play. They've got 89 seconds of power play time to their name after Jacob Rhodes took a interference call. I believe it is a hooking call. Now that's what it was right at the tail end of the second period. And so we'd love to hear from you in this final period. Again, let us know where you're watching from, who you're watching with, and who you're rooting for tonight. Remember to toss a follow to the Generals on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and Snapchat as well. You can find us at Eugene Generals on all of those platforms. And look for some more great content rolling out in the next couple of days, particularly as we get set for Thanksgiving here in the Northwest. As faceoff's taken by the Rockets, and so they'll play it back into their own defensive zone for the moment. Sauced over to the far side, but a good stick by Leach. And again, Leach back in his first action here since the tail end of September, suffering an upper body injury against the University of Oregon, and that just kept lingering over the last few weeks. But again, this was a date on the calendar that Leach and everybody within the Leach family really had circled as facing off against his hometown team. He was a former Tacoma Rocket before joining the Generals 2 years ago. Great to have Leach back in the lineup, only playing 3 games this season, 1 goal and 1 assist through those 3 games. As this one feathered over to the far side, that one deflected. And now taken over into the near corner. Poked out to the point. 48 seconds left in the power play shot. Right on the tape, though, of Henn. He just kind of almost like Velcro right on his tape holding on to that one. He flips it over Arbolowski. Arbolowski backhands it off the boards and out of the zone. 37 seconds left in the power play. 19:05 left here in the period. Arbolowski will take this one, though, and he'll try to skip past one, and he does just that. He's got a tight angle, but he walks his way in as Leach in front, tries to keep it. I think he was looking for Leach over on the back door, but just had to hold on to it a little too long. It's thrown up ahead, but it finds the tape of Henn. Henn bobbled it a bit, almost blew a tire, but he didn't. And he sauced it over here to Dunn. Dunn with those big strides, he'll walk it up ahead. 1 step for him is like 5 or 6 for me. He throws it into the corner. 6 seconds left on the power play. Good hit late on the forecheck by Leach. And it's poked out here to Dunn. Dunn a little lackadaisical, though, just had that one roll right off of his stick. We're back to even strength, though, as Rhodes comes out of the box, and he'll head over to the bench to change it up. Generals get a forward on for him. Back to even strength here. The penalty doesn't come back to bite the Gens. Over to the corner it goes now. Manthe will try to dig it out. Manthe pokes it out to Bauman at the point. Bauman throws it towards the net. Caught a deflection from Friesen in front. Now it's over to Hennen, who fires, but it goes wide on the far post. Hennen has it back behind the net, looking for Friesen in front. Couldn't find it, but he's still able to hold on. And Bauman becoming the 7th different goal scorer tonight for the Gens. Well, Bauman scoring from distance, it looked like. Not sure if that caught a deflection. They went to him to celebrate. Judging by the smiles and the taps on the chest here for Bauman, it looks like he's going to get credited with the goal. So the captain scores him, and giving him a hard time after he was on the wrong side of a Wenatchee goal last weekend, as a very unfortunate redirection went off of him and into the Generals' net just after earlier in the day. He'd been giving me a hard time about the goals that he said he should have gotten credit for. Well, he's certainly going to get credit for that, it sounds like. That makes it 9-2 in favor of the Gens here early in the period. Back over to Bauman now. He sauces it over. Along the near wall now, again, Code tries to track it down. He's looking for his 3rd of the evening, looking for the hat trick, and so is Arbolovsky while we're at it. Here's his shot, save made, and it's kicked over into the near corner. Taken back by Code, though. Code tries to drag it through a couple of feet. And look at the physicality from Clark on the far side. Clark's had a couple of chances. He's been robbed a couple of times in net. It's poked out of the zone. Dunn will try to track it down. Again, those big old strides. He's able to get there in time, and it's wrestled away by Henn. Henn scoots his way around over on the far side. Nice crisp pass up to Dunn. Dunn will work his way across the red line, gets to the blue line, throws on the brakes, stick handles a bit, has Henn come in to help him out, who just pokes it up ahead. And it's brought out now here by the Rockets. Far side now played by Dakota Henn. Henn pushes it over now to Dunn. Dunn bobbles it a bit, able to get it right back, throws it out now to Bailiff. Bailiff rumbles his way ahead. He'll get just to the blue line and throw it across, where Arbolovsky will try to track it down. Arbolovsky locking horns with number 13 down there. Bailiff comes in trying to yank it away. He's able to hold on to it for a moment. It's played along the wall. And now Arbolovsky has it. He yanks it back and forth to himself. 5 minutes off the clock here in the 3rd. Now over to Henn. Henn looks to drag his way around, but a good stick by number 16. He loses it, though, just as he got to the blue line. But just as I say that, it's poked out of the zone. Racing back is Rhodes. Rhodes will get just enough to wall off that Tacoma Rocket. And Rhodes actually wins the battle. He gets it over to himself. Still work to do, though. Now he's rubbed out. Henn comes over to help him out. So does Bailiff. It's taken away by Henn. Somehow, some way, he sneaks out of that scrum with the puck. And he'll actually bring it up ahead, and he'll draw a penalty as well, dragging it to himself, going all the way, but he's unable to finish it off. Boy, that would have been something if Henn was able to pull that rabbit out of his hat. Generals, though, on the advantage, still waiting for Tacoma to touch it up, and they do. 14:37, Generals heading to the power play. Face off to the right to the Tacoma netminder. It is won by the Gens and Alex Clark. It's pushed out to the point by Leach, but it goes right through the 5-hole of Dunn. Seen a couple of lackadaisical plays right there by Dunn over the last few shifts, but it is brought up now to Clark. Clark does a nice job to drag that to him as the pass was behind him. Kind of telegraphs that pass back to Bauman, but it does get to him. And again, a little trouble there with Dunn, just kind of on some basic stick handling stuff here. Might be just a little bit overthinking here. And Dunn actually heads to the bench as Clark plays it out to Leach. Leach has it at the top of the circle. I think he wants to get it to Bauman. Can't quite find it. Fans on that pass, but Hen's able to get there in time. Hen walking in now. Hen shoots. He skies that one high and wide. Now Hen pressing for his second. He wants the deflection up and out of play to keep it in the zone, but it looks like it's coming out. 1:22 left on the power play. Inside 14 minutes left here in regulation. So again, the Generals and Rockets getting after it tomorrow right here on EGHN, presented by Pat May Kenworth, the Eugene Generals Hockey Network, bringing you all the action live, free, and in HD. But before that, arguably even more excitement, the Generals and the Junior Generals and the Rink Exchange as a whole hosting Tri-Hockey for Free Days. We have a whistle, I believe offsides might be the call. Nifty stick work there from Manthe to flip it to himself. Tri-Hockey for Free Day happening across the country. Just an excellent, excellent event put on by USA Hockey and all the rinks that choose to participate around the country. And it's exactly what it sounds like. Tri-Hockey for free. It's designed for ages 4 through 9, but they can fudge it a little bit on either side of that number. If you've got an interested kid that's just younger than 3 or just older than 9, chances are we'd be able to make it work somehow, some way. Shout out to Kara Minchin, who's making a lot of it happen here at the Rink Exchange, and the Junior Generals parents that are helping coordinate it. We'll have Generals players on hand making it happen. There is Hennon almost sneaking that in, by the way. What a save that was to get over. It looked like Hennon was going to be able to thread the needle, but instead unable to do so. Pass over here from Hen to Rhodes. Rhodes fires, but that one goes wide. But just to put a bow on that last statement, as Hen claps this one, deflected up and out of play. Tri-Hockey for free. You can sign up your young one at trihockeyforfree.com. It's 100% free, but spots are limited, so you're going to have to hurry and sign your child up as soon as possible. Just an awesome, awesome way to introduce your young one to the, a little bit biased here, but the greatest game in the world. We'd love to see you out here at the Rink Exchange for Tri-Hockey for Free Day. Should be a lot of fun here. Face-off taken by the Gens. Bauman has it, flips it over now to Code. Code sauces it back over to Bauman. Bauman at the top of the far circle, 30 seconds left on the power play, flips it over to Dunn, looking for the redirect. And that one goes wide. Back over to Arbolowski in the corner. Arbolowski gets it out to Bauman again. Bauman throws it at the net again. Save made and no rebound as that's quickly covered up. 20 seconds left on the power play. Face-off won by the Generals, and Minchin taps it over on a backhanded pass to Bauman. I think that little cheeky play caught him off guard, but Bauman's able to get there. 13 seconds left. Back to Minchin. Minchin will rip it. He fires. That one had some zip on it, but it goes wide. Took a funny bounce off of one of the panes of glass. Back over to Code. Nice little backhanded pass to Bauman. Centering pass back over to Dunn. Tries to get it back over to Arbolowski. Couldn't do it. Here's Code who fires. Blocker save. Deflected out of play. Some good goaltending here just as we get back to even strength. 12:34 left here in the period. Another face-off coming up. Face-off over at the far dot, thrown off the boards, caught a bad deflection if you're a Rockets fan, though, but it's played over to the near side. Shout out to my man, I believe that's Jay Davis I'm seeing here snapping some photos. Good to see him in the building. Dakota Hen had it, lost it, now it's taken out by the Rockets. Good stick, though, by Rhodes to just chop that one over into the far corner. Good hit laid by Clark as well. Now Bailiff has a bit of a blind pass and a no-look pass and went right to a Rockets player, but look at Clark just bulldoze his way through a couple of black jerseys. He's got Boyven over to his right. That's who he gets it to, but it's back behind Boyven. Good play by Clark to almost set it all up, just missing that last pass. I know it was tough, though. Dragging through, here's Clark looking for his second, and boy, is he hungry to regain that goal lead on the squad. And it's taken back by Tacoma, though. By the way, speaking of Eugene hockey here, shout out to the University of Oregon. A big week for them. It's our friendly foes here at the Rink Exchange. We started our season facing up against them here at the rink. And the Generals will finish the regular season here against University of Oregon. But right now, big news for Oregon is they were ranked number 5 in the first ACHA Division II Western Region rankings, the highest they've ever been. Congratulations to them. And last I heard from my man Dort Howry during the break, the Ducks up 4-1 against Western Washington up in Bellingham, Washington. So shout out to the Ducks as they continue to do great things. As here's Devin Dunn who plays it. He gets it out of his boot. 11 minutes to go here in the third and final period. Played up now to Leach. Leach tries to play it to himself, kind of spins around, a very acrobatic play, and now it's up to Dunn. Dunn had a window for a shot, instead throws it towards the net. Save made, short lurking on the back door. Rebounds there. Here's Arbolowski, who fires from distance, glove down, and held on. That one gloved down with authority. And we're going to whistle another face-off coming up. So a good game to build on if you're a Generals fan. As again, we mentioned earlier, the Generals showcased some skill in their earlier games, but losing a lot of tight games, and it was almost just afraid to kind of put that first foot forward and try a couple of dangerous plays, I guess you want to call it. That's poor phrasing on my part, but if you kind of get my idea, almost playing not to lose in a couple of their early games. You see right now when they take some chances and showcase the skill, they certainly have it. As this is thrown ahead off of the stick of Manthe, so there'd be no icing on the play. Back to Bauman now. Bauman throws it off of the boards. It's over to Friesen. Friesen walks in. He's got Hennon in the front, but Hennon couldn't quite get the shot off there. Nice feed by Friesen. But now the Rockets rumble out of their own zone. Looking for the shot. That goes well wide. Might have caught a deflection, and it's back behind the net where Bauman gives a shove, and he'll try to track it down in the corner. Here's Friesen now. Friesen brings it out. He gives a little backhand sauce over to Manthe. Manthe right on the tape to Hennon. Hennon fires. Nice shot, too. Blocker save made, though, and it's rocketed out of the zone where it goes back over to Henn. Back behind the net. Code's the first one to get there. He'll try to track it down, looking for Henn. Instead, he gets it over Arbolowski. Arbolowski fires. Save made. Nice feed by Code, finding Arbolowski. Unable to finish it off, though. 9:26 left here in the period. Got a penalty assessed here. Missed that as Generals will go back to the power play. Face off to the left of the Tacoma netminder. Arbolowski on the draw for the Gens. Arbolowski mentioned Code, the forwards, Dunn and Henn, the defensemen. Face off was won by Tacoma, but Mention just bulldozing his way in the corner, doing his best Alex Clark impression, and boy, is it working. Arbolowski almost tries to rip it around, but it finds its way to Code. Code just throws to the net looking for the deflection. Save is made, but it's taken back by Arbolowski. He's got Dunn right behind him. Those two swap spaces back out to Code in the very high slot. Code walks in. Here's a clapper from him. That one misses way wide. Not sure if that caught a deflection, but Code pulling the trigger here. Back out to Mention at the near point. He trades spots with Arbolowski. Trade spots now with Code. Back over to Henn. Henn at the top of the circle gives it back to Code. Code thought about it, hands it off down to Arbolowski. 1:15 left on the power play. Cross-ice pass to Mention, who fires. Great save made. Excellent pass by Arbolowski, but an even better save. Mention, though, holds on, gets it right back to Arbolowski, but it's knocked down, and it is cleared. Great save here. Again, 9-2 is the score line. Might not look good from a Tacoma perspective, but Wesley Froley has made some strong saves here in net for the Rockets. Here's Henner, brings it up. Henn trying to go coast to coast. He roofs it. Catches the wrong netting. For a second, it looked like he almost threaded that net on. He's a little frustrated. It feels like he should have more than just the one he has tonight. We get a whistle. 50 seconds left on the power play. Froley catching his breath here as he's been forced to work here tonight. Mentioned 32-11, I believe it was. Shots after 2 periods. Face-off Rockets into the boards. Clark on the win. He gets it to Boyven. Boyven out to Bauman. Bauman over to Rhodes. Rhodes will fire from distance. That one doesn't get there. Rebound, save in front. But it's quickly covered up. Bailiff lurking as the Generals have 7 different goal scorers tonight. Bailiff would have been the 8th. Face-off over on the far dot. Clark able to wrestle that one away. Still just barely able to hold on, but a little too much work ahead of him, and it is cleared out of the zone. 25 seconds left on the power play. It goes all the way back. Larson gives it a tap-tap-taparoo. 7:45 left here in regulation. Up to Boyven now. Boyven, nice cross-ice pass right on the tape to Bailiff, who fires. Save made by Froley. Thought about leaving it off, but he just holds on. 10 seconds left on the Eugene power play. Froley a little bit of an equipment adjustment here. Looks like he's all right, though. We're going to face off to his right. Arbolowski tries to play it to himself, and he almost does. Leach comes in to give it a tap right over to him. Waning seconds here of the power plays. Number 7, Aiden Baltazar, ready to come out of the box. He does just that. We're back to even strength. This one's sauced out to Rhodes. Rhodes on the wrong side of the blue line, though. And almost a little bit lucky there, as that could have been an two-man rush or two-on-one rush coming the other way for Tacoma. But instead, we get the whistle on the offside. We head back to the neutral zone. 7:22 left here in the period. Played along the near wall for a moment, goes back behind. Leach taps it over to himself. Runs out of real estate going to his left, tries going to his right. And he almost pokes it out of the zone, but it's held in at the point, where it goes back over into the near corner. Dunn plays it, tries to chip it up to Arbolowski. It could have been off and running. Instead, it's intercepted. It does get chipped out of the zone, so Tacoma forced to reset. 6:44 left here in the period. Hit late along the near wall. That's Nicholas Short on the receiving end of that hit. Short back in action after missing the last couple of games. Dunn tries to play it to himself, telegraph that a bit, centering pass. Chance in front, save made, and Larson will cover that one up. I think it's still loose and a bit of an awkward play there, as I think the Rockets just looking for a late way to salvage it. 16 might have drawn a penalty here, though. At least he's celebrating the way he is. That's Kevin Heller, who's in the middle of all. We'll see exactly how this shakes out, if any penalties are levied. We saw it might have been Heller. Yeah, it was Heller. Just on the back post, even after Larson had covered up, just jamming his stick in there. And I think Larson, as any goaltender, understandably, took exception to it. No penalties assessed here, though. Glad to see. We'll have a face-off to the right of Larson. We get a whistle. Sorting some things out, nothing but smiles from the Generals coaches after they got that explanation from Brandon Paffey. Either way, 5 aside, we're back underway near the 6-minute mark left here in the period. Down below to Manthe. Manthe will look for Friesen in front. No, instead he'll just hold on. He's shoved off the puck, but quickly gets it right back. Gets it over to Hennon. Hennon tries to chip it over to himself. It's thrown out of the zone, though. Racing back is Bauman. Bauman will be the first one there to track it down. Flipped over to Manthe. Nice pass up ahead to Manthe. Manthe bobbled it for a moment. Nice little wrist shot there, though, from Manthe, showcasing the wrist curls. Unable to hand it off down below. If he got his own rebound, it's thrown out of the zone. He gets all the way past. They're going to call a deflection off of Rhodes' stick, so no icing on the play. 5.5 left here in the third. Rhodes races over. He'll bang it off the boards. Looking for somebody, anybody in particular, and Rhodes will just take it out himself after he picks it up. Lost it for a moment, taken back by Tacoma. was caught up in Bauman's skates, couldn't quite find it, but then Bauman lays a big hit, showcasing his former football skills, and now Arbolowski brings it up. Arbolowski to his forehand, he'll fire, in and out of the thighs of number 20, that's Aiden Wisdom. Down below, here's Code shooting, that one goes wide. Hen pitches down, trying to keep it in. He gets it down to Code. Code tries to work in a tight area. He gets it over to himself. He'll fire. Save made by Froley. Froley's rebound control excellent here in the third period. Generals denied any second chance opportunities. By the way, a quick update, giving a shout out to the Ducks earlier. I was mistaken. It was at the end of the first, I assume it was 4-1. Right now, end of the second, it is 7-1. Face off to the left of Froley. Kawhi wins the draw. Taken over by Minchin for a moment, and it's back over to Code now. Code flips it down to Arbolowski. Arbolowski tries to fire it over to Minchin. Couldn't link up, and it squirts over into the far corner. Flipped up, held up on the lip of the boards, but it's not out. Minchin holds it in. He gets it into Arbolowski's feet. He gets it out of his boots, swaps spaces with Dunn, and sauces it over to Hen. Hen looked for the little one-touch pass. Boy, that would have been a little snapshot right there. It would have been impressive. It's now over to Code. Code a little bobble with it. He absorbs a hard hit. Dunn tries to come help him out. And he taps it over to Minchin. Minchin yanks it past one. Lost it for a moment, tried to chip it down to Code. Code jostling forward with a couple of boys in black jerseys. Minchin looking on as the puck just held up along the boards. It's finally poked away, taken by Tacoma as we reach the 4-minute mark. Going out of the zone, but Dunn's right there to intercept that would-be opportunity. And thrown up ahead to the stick of Code. Code tried to feather it over to Arbolowski. He does in the second effort, a little too late. He does get it over to Hen, who fires, deflected, and that one feathers just wide. Into the corner now. Arbolowski heads for the bench. Clark heads on. I imagine this is going to be an eventful shift here from Clark. I'm willing to bet my life on it. It's Hen over to Code. Code walks in, shoots, rebound in front. Puck is still loose in the slot, but it's poked away and taken out of the zone now. 17's got a step. He's trying to get past Dunn and Hen, but the two converge to spoil any opportunity. Pass up ahead now to Minchin. Minchin skips past a couple. Nice idea trying to skip past number 7, but number 7 able to get a boot on it, and it's kicked into the corner. Back over to Minchin now. Minchin has it. Good patience here. Loved watching him tonight as he's shown some real flashes. It's taken away by Tacoma. Here's Bauman now. Bauman has it. Threads it over to Bailiff. Bailiff tries to poke it up ahead to Clark, and Clark wins that battle. Here we come. Here comes Clark into the slot. Clark will throw it at the net. That one sneaks wide, looking for maybe the pad save and the rebound for Boyven. But just out of the reach of Froley to make the save. Here's Boyven from a tight angle. Boyven looking to get the shot off. Instead holds on. He backhands it out to Bauman. Bauman walks in. He'll shoot. Save made. Blocker save. And it's fisted into the corner here. Bauman rotates up. We need somebody to rotate back for him. Here's Bauman, who circles around the entirety of the ice. Back down to Bailiff. Bailiff drags around one, trying to chip it over to a teammate on the far side. Can't link up. And it's taken out now by the Rockets. Rockets rumble themselves ahead here at the top of the circle. Shot. Save made, and Larson holds on. 2:19 left here in regulation. All Generals 9-2 is the score. Saved by Larson. It deflects over to the far side. And now Code rumbles his way ahead. Here's a shot. Blocker save made. And taken by Short. Poked out to the point by Leach. It slowly but surely gets there, but then Dunn passes it. No one in particular, but then Dunn gets it right back. A bit fortuitous there. Tries to get it over to Code. Second attempt not able to link up, but the two SoCal kids somehow, some way, creating something. I'm not quite sure what it is, but it's something. It's still held in by the Gens, but promptly cleared. Just gets over the blue line. Hen races back. Good use of the body right there to shield the puck, and now brings it back up ahead. Here's Hen looking for his second of the evening. Brings it all the way in. He shoots. Puck is loose. Froley able to make the save, maybe with the help of his teammates. Boy, Hen and Clark have run into some tough luck tonight. It's tough to say that in a 9-2 game, but boy, they feel like they should probably have more with a couple of their efforts. Hen just trying to walk it all the way into the net. 87 seconds left here as we get some fresh bodies on the ice. Reminder, you can rewatch tonight's game almost immediately up on YouTube. I believe it takes a little bit to fully encode, but at the very same link that you found tonight's game, you'll be able to rewatch all the action, of course, free and in HD. Here's his shot. That deflects and goes back behind. Shot by Bauman is looking for his second tonight. That deflects up and out of play. Face off to the right of Froley. Rhodes and Bauman head to the bench. Dunn and head on. Friesen to take the draw for the Gens. And it looks like it might be Kawhi, and indeed it is for Tacoma. Friesen wins that draw. He's been pretty solid on the draw here. Here's his shot. Had some mustard on it from Hen, but it's knocked down in the slot. And it is cleared. Hen races back. He'll take it. Doesn't like what he sees on the near side, so spins back around, buys himself some time. Boy, he's fun just to watch, just skate, forget scoring. Here comes Friesen now. Friesen shoots. Skies that one over the net. That would have been the 8th different goal scorer tonight. Clark, no-look pass over trying to find Dunn. It's just out of his reach, but it does find Friesen. Friesen runs out of real estate. He gets it over to Hen. Hen throws it at the net. Saved by Froley. He closes the 5-hole and holds on. Another face-off coming up. Faceoff had been taken by Tacoma, but it's held in by the Gents. Here is Boyven. Boyven battling for it, backhands it over to Short. Unable to link up though, taken back by Tacoma. Final few ticks here, just hoping for a clean finish to this one. Again, both sides will be facing off again tomorrow, 7:30, same time, same channel. Cleared out of the zone, taken by Tacoma. So back over to Boyven. Boyven will throw this one ahead. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, and that will do it on an impressive performance here. The Generals snap their losing streak, pick up a big win on home ice. 9-2 is the final, 7 different goal scorers, and shout out to Skylar Larson. There you see right there, teammates mobbing him. The 20-year-old picks up his first win here as a General. Congratulations to the Bend, Oregon native, well-deserved. We talked about this as a team of great personalities and just great people, high-character people, and Larson is at the top of the list, an incredible kid. Happy to have him on this year's squad, and congratulations to him for him getting the win. And congratulations to both Devin Dunn and Griffin Minchin for picking up their first goals of the season. I imagine for Minchin, if he gets rolling, it could be the first of many. He looked impressive tonight. Again, shout out to my fellow SoCal native Devin Dunn for doing the same. So the Generals look for the sweep tomorrow against the Tacoma Rockets. Mentioned same time, same channel right here at 7:30 on EGHN. But of course, we'd love to see you here in person. Get your tickets at EugeneGenerals.com. Come on down to the Rink Exchange. And remember, if you've got a kiddo that's interested in signing up for or playing hockey at any point, even if it's just minorly, well, this is a cost-free way to do it. Try hockey for free tomorrow, 3 to 4:30 here at the Rink Exchange. We'll have Generals players on hand to participate and help out. Should be a lot of fun. So again, final score here, 9-2, the Generals with the win. And they'll look to finish off the sweep tomorrow as they salute the crowd. Great day tomorrow, a great day tonight. Big win for the Gens. They look to make it 2 in a row. So long from Eugene. We'll see you next time here on EGHN.